Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am excited. Tonight, I am on location at the Ponderosa in my man cave, and I am honored tonight to have the president of Baptist General Convention, Dr. James Coleman, here on the Ponderosa. We've just had a wonderful meal, and we wanted to take a moment to talk about Baptist General Convention of Virginia. Dr. Coleman, thank you so much. You preached for our association this morning, and I asked you to stay over to preach for me tomorrow at Ebenezer. And we've sat here and we've talked and we've dined, and I could not let you come as my president and not give the community, the state, the world, an opportunity to get on when Ebenezer talks and talk about Baptist General Convention of Virginia. You were very supportive. You were my number one when I was president. And so tonight, I want you to share with us how we are moving from spark to surge, shoulder to shoulder.
Wow.
Thank you, Dr. Coleman. The floor is yours.
Well, first of all, muchas gracias, if I'm using the term right, back to you. Thank you,
Bless
sir.
you. Bless you.
And as I look at the audience and navigate to you as well, the convention is moving forward because of the bold, courageous leadership, timely leadership that you brought during your administration. And so the real thanks is to you, sir.
Bless you.
And it has been my honor and privilege to do the very best that I am seeking to do through God to help continue the work that you started as our president. And what a delight to be here in the Eastern Shore. In fact, I may move my citizenship to this area.
I'll find you some land. Matter of fact, there's a piece of land right next door. I'm interested in that land, so you go ahead and buy it, and I can rent it from you.
Yeah. Listen, I'm wearing this shirt today, Dr. Bunting, President Bunting, because I strongly believe at such an hour as this, the sons, the tribe of Issachar, if you will, understood the times. There are two entities that I believe in the African American community that will be critical to our relief redemption in this hour: black churches and our black colleges. Critically important. They are wedded together in all that we do. The Latin word edicare means to move out of darkness into the marvelous light.
Right.
And because of the Baptist General Convention of Virginia and its connection with Virginia Union, and so many other entities that are connected with various universities, we are able to help our people in the church have minds that have been transformed and to go into our colleges. And it is true, the blacker the college, the sweeter the knowledge. And so we want to, at this hour, in our surge as a convention, to do everything we can to be supportive of our HBCUs in Virginia in particular. And so we're thankful. You sat on the Board of Trustees while you were president of the Baptist General. I now have taken your seat, and it'll be passed on to the next president when that time comes. And we thank God for Dr. Hakeem Lucas, Dr. W. Franklin Richardson.
Most definitely.
And we are seeking to develop a stronger partnership with Virginia Union as we rally together to make sure that we can come together and do all we can to make sure that all of these powerful young people have a chance as God afforded us to have a chance. We also support Virginia State. We're grateful to the fine work that Dr. Abdullah is doing at Virginia State. Dr. Kathy Franklin at Virginia University of Lynchburg, where I serve as Dean of the School of Religion there, and Norfolk State in Hampton. And so we are very, very, very much aware that our convention needs to support our colleges so that we can build something for the future, shoulder to shoulder, that will liberate our people. And so in Roanoke, I'm here to tell you, Doc, there were some people who felt Bunting was so courageous, so strong, so powerful that sometimes, you know, it can create some challenges, if you will, and they thought that the convention was going to shut down.
That's
Oh,
correct.
no. What happened is that God used you, sir, and I say this from the depths of my heart. A lot of us tried to avoid real issues as if they will go away. If you're watching this, Ebenezer Speaks, we give God thanks for everything. We thank God for courageous voices who can speak truth to power at this time. And do you know, not only is the convention alive and well and strong and vibrant and relevant, that spark in Roanoke, where we actually had that annual session, it was an incredible experience. We're now trying to come on November the 7th and the 8th to Fifth Baptist Church for our fall session, where, in the words of Jason Knight, we want to have a surge. We want this to be exponential growth and development as we shoulder to shoulder, reimagine, reassess, and realign for relevance, so that we are helping our churches have ministries that meet the now needs of our people. And so we encourage persons to come to Richmond for 2 days. Now, you know, we have been doing 1 day over the last several years. I wanted to do 2 days, Dr. Bunting, because I believe it's so much that we need to talk about. And that was one of the things that in your administration, to free up people to know they have the right to speak. This is Ebenezer Speaks. You got to speak. We want to hear what you have to say. Our local pastors, our associations, and moving around the state to hear what they have to say so that we can build something that will be meaningful. And so we're doing 2 days this year, and it's going to be absolutely explosive.
Tell us some of your facilitators, your preachers. You've got a wonderful lineup of preachers and facilitators, and I had no doubt that you would not, because you are a national preacher, you are a national theologian, you're an academician. And so tell us about some of the facilitators and the preachers that you have lined up for the weekend.
Well, first of all, I want to give thanks to Dr. Gazilda Baden, our program chair, who is our first vice president and prayerfully will ascend to the presidency after our next annual session. We're going to thank her. I also want to thank Dean Ulrich Ely, our Dean of the Congress of Christian Faith Formation. And once again, I guess you all say Coleman in here just thanking Bunting, but I have to.
No,
we are grateful that Ely was put in place as the Dean during your administration.
Yes,
and
sir.
he is phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
And he is pulling together people from all over the state, large churches, smaller churches, and everyone is giving their input. And so the 2-day format is going to be rich. We're going to get started at Fifth Baptist on Friday with continental breakfast and so forth. And I'll be up at 9:45. And I want to talk about the fact that as we are shoulder to shoulder this year, in our collaborative mode, that I want this to be the year of the local church. And we want to make sure that we're connecting people. And so, Dr. Bunting, one of the things that we want to emphasize is the fact that our next annual session, our annual session in June, is going to be held in a local church at the Good Shepherd Church in Petersburg.
Bishop Jeffrey Reeves, that's correct.
And he was at your mom's funeral.
He was at my mother's funeral.
Yeah, so we're serious about this. It's nothing fresh on my part, because we were trying to do that a few years ago. Every local church matters. I want to tell you, local pastor, you are not alone. We've just left October and clergy appreciation, but the appreciation doesn't stop. We are only getting stronger with it. And so we want to let every local church know during the fall session that you matter and that we're trying to come alongside of you as a resource hub. Not to be authoritarian, but to be there to help and to assist in developing whatever you need. And through our Lilly research that we've done so far under the leadership of Dr. Linwood Blizzard and others, we've discovered that many of our churches need leadership development. They want to grow and develop their youth, and infrastructure needs. And so we want to be able to come alongside the local church and help that church know in a pandemic-impacted world that even though we're seeing closures, church closures, we're seeing decline in actual attendance in person, that we can turn all of that around. and meet the needs of our people. So I'll be talking about that in the morning. Then we're going to have breakout sessions. Our ministers will meet. We'll have opportunities for persons to share with some wonderful facilitators that the Congress has put together. And then we're going to have dinner. Now, you've got to register for the dinner now. You've got to register for the dinner. Separate yourself from a few dollars and register for this fall session. We're going to have dinner. And we're going to have, Dean Ely is going to have a band. Now, Dr. Bunting, y'all don't beat me up for this, but we're going to have some nice little relaxing music for people.
Sounds wonderful to me.
Jazz and all of that to get folk, and it's going to really be nice. And then we're going to go into the sanctuary at 7. And we're grateful that doing that 7 o'clock experience is going to be really, really powerful. Some great people sharing. Howard John Wesley has agreed to do a brief video to let us know his support and encouragement. And he's going to be doing one of our regional rallies as well when we're in Northern Virginia. We're going to talk about some stuff that's very important. And then the Bethany Baptist Association's choir is going to sing, and Ely's group is going to sing, and we've got some folk from Lynchburg, so it's going to be really powerful. But our featured preacher for that night is going to be Pastor Sandra Riley from Chicago, Illinois.
Awesome.
And she comes out of John Hanna's ministry there in Chicago. She preaches all over the country, every major conference. And you say, how were we able to get it? God did it. God got her to come. And so she's going to be there. And it's another way of helping us to appreciate our document. Once again, during your administration, we wanted to make sure that we are a convention that is inclusive, that we embrace the full expression of God and those who preach, who are men and women. So the premier spot at this fall session is given to Sandra Riley. And she's going to tear up. Listen, if I were you, and again, she comes out of the Pentecostal Assemblies of the World tradition. She's full of oil. She's powerful. She understands our tradition. And she realizes that we want a surge. Yeah. Oh, God, I feel the power of the Lord coming right now. So you make your way. You get your bus. You get on the train. You get on the car. You get on the plane if you have to. And meet us there. Beat us there to be there Friday for that 7 o'clock experience. Early in the morning, we'll rise. We'll have continental breakfast on that Saturday. And then we're going to be blessed with F. Todd Gray. And we're very proud of Dr. Gray. He is the pastor of the 5th Street Baptist Church in Richmond, Virginia. We were in college together or at seminary together. And they just named a street after him.
That's correct. Not too long
So
ago.
they honored the street in front of his church after Todd. And he's been a tremendous supporter of the convention. And he's going to give us a word in the morning. F. Todd Gray. And then we'll break out into discussions. These are going to be generational discussions where people are going to get at the heart of explaining what they need based upon whatever grouping they are in. That's going to be very powerful. And then when we come back together, we're going to have our final service is going to be equally as powerful. And at 11:30, I know this is kind of strange, but at 11:30, the Virginia State University Trojans marching band is going to come over and make an appearance. And we're going to go outside and enjoy the Trojans band play before they go over to Virginia Union, because Virginia State will be playing Virginia Union at Hovey Field. And so, isn't that exciting?
That's awesome.
We're going to have a live college band, keeping it live right there. This is going to be a surge, all right? And then once they finish doing their brief performance outside, we're coming in and we're going to hear from Dr. Jameson Hunter.
Yeah.
And he's no stranger to the Eastern Shore.
No, he is not. One of our premier pastors in the country.
That's exactly right, from Silver Spring, Maryland. And he's going to give us our concluding message. And then once we leave, we'll have lunch, and we're going to go over to Hovey Field, those who want to, for Baptist General at the Virginia Union, Virginia State football game to kind of show some love, do some evangelism, build some support, and show our concern for our HBCUs.
Dr. Coleman, I want to commend you and your cabinet for doing a spectacular job in designing and putting together this major surge come November 7th, November 8th. I don't think it could have been done any better. And I also want to go on record to say how proud I am of you as you lead us through this particular season of our convention, to see the convention now becoming what God had planned and designed it to be a blessing to the people, to the churches, to the clergy, men, women, boys, girls, and it's being done under your leadership, speaks volumes concerning who you are and who God is in you, and who you allow God, how you allow God to use you in this moment. As we conclude this little moment of fellowship talk about our convention, I want to ask you, as president, what do you need from your constituent churches to help make Baptist General? We know we need money. We're always talking about money. And we need to talk about money because we need it to do ministry. You can't do ministry without money. Anyone that sits in your church and doesn't give something to their best level cannot expect a lot. The church needs all of us to join forces with our pennies, our dimes, our dollars, our nickels, and pull it together. But what else, as our president, do you need from us to help you carry us through the surge and into the next component of this as you begin now to slowly go into the decline of your presidency?
Wow, that's a powerful, powerful question. I hope I can sum it up this way. During fall session, we're also going to have a business meeting, and we've allocated about 40 minutes for the business meeting. During that business meeting, you're going to hear about an amazing partnership and memorandum of understanding between Baptist General Convention and Virginia Union. You also are going to hear us give a presentation. Dr. Bunting, we've got a new logo that we want to show. We want to talk about how we're going to expand our communication more effectively and how we are going to strategically move our convention forward. And we're going to need you all to help us by affirming that presentation. It's amazing. And then, speaking of courage, I need your help for these young people. We love our convention. I'm a BGC baby. I grew up in the convention. I learned how to speak when my little mama had me at the kitchen counter and said, do that speech over again. And you know what she was preparing me for? To go to Eagle Eyrie to speak in the Speakers Bureau. And so this convention meant everything for us. Now we've got to participate in it so that it means everything for Gen Z and Alpha and Beta and generations to come. And so we made another bold move to bring Reverend Maurice Bowles to work with our young people.
Yes, sir.
And once again, you paved the way for that, sir. And so these are the things I need. We need you to participate. We're going to work on the relevance part. Thank God for your money. But right now, what we want more than your money is to know what you need and to know that you know that we want to be there for you to help you develop. Why be a part of a convention that's not relevant, that's talking about things that don't matter to you, that do not address the real indigenous dynamics that you deal with on a daily basis? So we are asking that you would participate. Get involved. We need every member, every church, every pastor, the men, the women, the clergy, the youth to get involved, shoulder to shoulder. Zephaniah 3:9 talks about that. The work of the Lord needs to be done, but we got to do it shoulder to shoulder. We need your participation to get involved in what we are doing, and that is what we're asking. If we brag of 1,079 churches, then we need every church to be involved and respond. That's what we need. And I believe if we do that, we're going to make a difference. And I'm also grateful to Dean John Eric Guns, who recognized, as Dr. Bunting was talking about where we are now, Even as you support us, we need more volunteers to help us at our state headquarters to man all of the work as we're continuously making sense out of how do we move forward in terms of our headquarters and how we're doing staffing in a new paradigm. But I'm grateful to Dr. Guns because he recognized that the Baptist General Convention is a convention that is still alive because of its past leaders. So I'm delighted to be able to join in with Dr. Bunting on Wednesday, November the 12th, as at Ellison Jones Convocation.
That's correct.
They will be honoring all of the living presidents of the Baptist General Convention. It's because of you guys and the gal named Patricia Gould Champ that the convention is alive.
I am grateful, as I'm sure all the other former presidents are, to have an opportunity to share at Ellison Jones with Dean Guns and our alma mater of Virginia Union.
Yes, sir.
And so we're looking forward to Ellison Jones Convocation, looking forward to being there, to be in the midst of the other pastors and preachers. And we're looking forward to that Wednesday night as we gather as a camaraderie of presidents to celebrate what the Lord has done through us and our respective leadership moments, along with the partnership with Virginia Union. Dr. Coleman, I want to thank you.
Thank you, man.
For being in my home.
And listen, I'm going to tell you, whoever defined the word hospitality, there's a great book by Rowan Greer on New Testament hospitality, but whoever came up with that word and its etymological dynamics had Milton Palmer Bunting in mind, his great family. What a host.
Bless you.
What great hospitality.
Bless you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your brotherhood.
When my mom transitioned, it was Dr. Bunting that called me just before she transitioned and said, you need to get over there and see your mom one more time.
Yeah. And you were with me with my mother. And so we're grateful for that. Listen, this has been a special edition of When Ebenezer Talks. Dr. James Coleman, our illustrious president of the Baptist General Convention, Virginia. I'm Palmer Bunting, former president, pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church and St. Mary's Baptist Church. Listen, thank you so much. God bless you. God keep you is our prayer. And we pray you have a wonderful night. Good night.